What's up everybody, it's Rakusen here with another Kingdom Hearts 3 video. Today's focus is, will Kingdom Hearts 3 have New Game Plus? I'm curious as to what kind of post-game content, if any, it will have. One thing that's always bummed me out is the lack of post-game content the series tends to have. Let's do a quick recap. Kingdom Hearts 1 had practically nothing except for the few secret bosses, which weren't really what I'd consider post-game content. Secret bosses really fall into two categories, one just being additional challenges, or actual post-game content where they're unlocked after beating the game. Most of the secret bosses in the series have been just additional, but Osaka Team actually did make this better in BBS, DDD, and 0.2. Final Mix added the mysterious figure, but even then, you just have to beat mostly the main story, but not the entire game. In fact, you can't even do anything after you beat the game in 1 and Final Mix. Kingdom Hearts 2 did the same thing and had even less secret bosses with only Sephiroth, and that was really it. 2FM is really what restored my faith in the optional bosses, adding Lingering Will, the data battles, the absent silhouettes, and the Cavern of Remembrance. Those fights might as well be post-game content on higher difficulties. You can also continue on after beating the main story, so on a technicality, I'll say they're post-game content. BBS had the first actual post-game boss in content, unlocking the mysterious figure and Vanitas Remnant. Additionally, the final episode was unlocked after beating the 3 main stories, and depending on your difficulty, other requirements met as well. DDD had Julius, beat the game, come back to Traverse Town. Post-game content on a literal scale, regardless of how lame it is. 0.2 had Zodiac Aqua, which can only be unlocked and after finding 12 chests after beating the game. I love that, honestly. Not only needing to beat the game, but looking for additional chests and awards. Kingdom Hearts 3, take notes. So it's been rough in the beginning, but 2FM and Osaka surprisingly brought a good amount of content to the postgame. Now that we've got that fresh in our mind, we can really focus on the fact that postgame content is still pretty lacking. It was always lame working so hard to get the ultimate weapon and the best equipment just to bowl over the final boss and content. Yeah, we can fight the secret boss with our strong equipment, but nothing really worth noting. I've been thinking about this concept since New Game Plus really started becoming prevalent in games, and honestly even before that. My younger self was crushed when I found that I couldn't get off the end screen no matter how long I waited, or how many different button combinations I would input. I would love to have New Game Plus in a Kingdom Hearts game where we retain our levels, weapons, equipment, abilities, but the game is even harder. Imagine something like Hypercritical. It'd be so sick to tear through Heartless and Nobodies alike with the ultimate weapon, or one of your favorite Keyblades. The secret bosses are already tough, but think about how insane they could be on New Game Plus. Like, mysterious figure on steroids, but like, also not bullshit. That'd be some crazy shit right there. In terms of difficulty, I love Critical. It's my favorite difficulty in the series, even in the most recent titles. I'm fine with unlocking Crit upon beating the game. That's a form of post-game content, I suppose. So imagine something even more difficult, challenging, and overall, spectacular. It's very successful in games such as Dark Souls, God of War, and even a fellow action RPG in Final Fantasy XV. With the possibility of how well balanced this game could be, I think New Game Plus would not only be a brand new exciting venture in the series, but would be fantastic for even more retention of the game. I'm already going to play this game until either Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out or I die, so to have New Game Plus is just to give me even more reason to play the game, and in a different way as well. I do hope this game has the plethora of additional content 2FM provided while retaining the post-game prerequisites the recent games have had. In fact, I hope there's even more than 2FM. There's so much potential there, it's crazy. Also, if I do too many recaps in my videos, or if they detract from the experience or matter at hand, please do tell me in the comment section. My goal is to put out the highest quality content I can, while still making you, the viewer, as happy as possible. Any and all feedback is much appreciated in order to tailor the viewing experience to the best it can be. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you like a New Game Plus? As always, I'm Rakusen, and thank you so much for watching.